Welcome to Garage Jiu-Jitsu. These sessions are not meant to replace the teachings of black belts, but rather to share some of those aha moments we've encountered. Moments that often come when we're messing around on the mats in our garage with our buddies and comparing notes. We believe that 98% of results of any technique are delivered by those last 2% of details. After a combined 10 years of hard training, we're still discovering little details on how to better perform chokes and arm bars from guard. The learning never ends. We're on a journey just like you and want to share what we've got with more good stuff to come.
All right, this morning we're going to be covering some BJJ chess in particular. We're going to explore some of the details of guard, passing guard, breaking guard. In Jiu-Jitsu, as everybody knows, you can't start your game until you pass the guy's guard. There's not much you can do in there. You can be submitted in guard, but there's not much you can do aggressively in guard other than pass it. So we're going to start out and go through some just basics. We're not teaching the technique, we're just giving you thoughts on it, okay? So
Go ahead and initiate, Joe.
I'm going to grab Tom here. Tom's going to immediately pull guard. First thing I want to do, I'm thinking, is I've got to get my posture, because right here, Tom is very strong. So I have two options on posture. One is down here, but I'm over myself already, so that's not going to work. The other one is hands, monkey grip, hands inside the armpits, just to establish me breaking this massive, insane grip. Tom's move. Tom's going again across. I'm concerned with this right now. He has this grip here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my hip. I'm going to roll my hip. I'm going to bring this leg up to give myself more leverage. A lot of people, when they do this, they try and just lift up their leg. You can't do that. So roll your hip. Pick up your foot. He's got an option here right now. What do you think, Tom?
Go ahead. We're going to start to control this grip.
So he's going to control this grip. I've got to get a hold of this kimono here and establish some control here.
Okay. So the way Joe's postured up right now, he may have a balance issue. I've got control of this wrist, which allows me to think about a possible sweep in this direction. Okay. So I'm going to, without breaking my guard, I don't want to give away the sweep, and if I don't have it, I'm not going to give up opening the guard for him. Underhook here, start to turn my hips, which sets up another couple of options.
That's what I wanted Tom to do because I was very concerned with him breaking, so I gave him that as an option to take that out. At this point here, I do have to worry about the sweep because he has this hand. As he has this hand, I'm really in danger here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll, I'm going to put this up here on him. This takes away some of his ability to sweep me and take this hand away from balance.
Right. As soon as Joe recontrols my grip or negates the control of my grip, I'm going to switch from under here. I don't have the sweep anymore. I'm going to go back and immediately get control of another grip. If I control the wrists are key. He can't pass without having access to his hands and his wrists.
I'll rotate this a little.
Yep.
Okay, so now I've got my posture back. Always number one posture. You see my back foot is a dead foot. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this and I'm going to switch legs. I'm pinning Tom's wrist down here. This is where I wanted to get to in the first place.
Okay, so he's got one hand pinned underneath. He's got both of my wrists. Okay, this is not a good situation. However, he's got a leg up, which means he's got a little bit of stability issue forward and back, not left or right, because that's his strong base. So I'm going to switch up to here. Try with my knuckles in so I don't tear up my fingers. Get as high in the collar as I can. See if I can reestablish posture a little bit, get him off base, at least control him from his next move, which is going to be to stand.
Right? So I've got Tom's grip here. As I do, I want to stand up now. As I stand up at the same time, Tom's got my posture here. I've got to be really careful. I'm marking the leg here, and I'm going to posture up right here. I'm trying to keep my head as high as possible here. I don't want to lean forward. If I lean forward here, I've got major issues. So here I want to get my hips underneath my head, keep this with an umbrella grip, and posture up as well as I can.
Right. So at this point, I can hold here, I can arch and bring my ankles down to try to relax, keep stress on his back. There's not a whole lot of stress on my feet right now. I have my knees tight on him. I can just arch and hang here for a little bit, although this grip is going to get fatigued. It doesn't buy me much either because he's already got established posture. He's not leaning over. I'm going to come and try to see if I can reestablish one grip, if not two. If we've got each other, that gives me a fair shot.
Tom's here. My goal right now is to get Tom stacked more vertically because he still can engage his hips here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna step closer to Tom. It seems counterintuitive that I'm gonna narrow my base, but watch what happens when I step my feet together. It takes away a lot of Tom's hip leverage and may open up his legs. And I stand straight up here. No stress at all. Tom's using all strength now, static strength to hold on.
All right. At this point, there's no way I'm going to hold this forever. I'm going to break guard carefully, keep control of these wrists. Instead of dropping down straight, if I had an opportunity to sweep him, which I don't, the sweep that everybody does, the ankle sweep, would be, let go, Joe, for a sec, would be this sweep right here, knees in, and then arch back. I don't have that opportunity, so when I fall, I'm going to try to fall on one side to start to get my hips off balance so I can start to get a knee through, which will be my next move, get on a hip, start to work a sweep.
So my goal here, let's keep our goal in mind, was to open Tom's guard.
Which he did.
Tom's guard's open. I'm now going to finish the game by grabbing both of these and sit down here with my knee up the middle. Okay guys, remember just a couple details. On your umbrella grip, it's very important. I see a lot of newbies just grab like this. They're like they're grabbing their girlfriend's hair. Doesn't work that way, all right? Because look how Tom can pull right out. Boop, I got nothing. But instead, look what I do. Pinky, ring, middle. Now I have the ability to hold with very little, and I can push. That's very important in this position. So this is what a lot of people will call an umbrella grip, because it looks like an umbrella. I roll, and I don't use maniacal strength. It's important when you're passing the guard that you really control your partner's hips. So when I punch down here, what I'm trying to do is put a stake in the ground, because what Tom's going to want to do is swing his hips in and regain guard. So it's very important that all I do is need to stake this down here. Now when Tom tries to swing in, he can't. Okay, so that's stake number one. Stake number two, if you can, in an ideal situation, would be to come in and punch here and here, but you're not always going to get that. You can almost always get this inside punch, control, and move in. So this is Panama most of the time when you're trying to pass a guy's guard. This position right here is what Tom's fighting for, and this is what I'm fighting for.